Hello and welcome to my video. I am outside Victoria coach station and I'm buying a ticket for tomorrow to go to Luton Airport, and we'll be flying to Lisbon, Portugal. Now this video is going to be about having a good time in Lisbon. I've been there a few times, but my friend Peter, hello Peter, he has never been. He's over from the United States, and it's just going to be a video of having a good time and doing it for a little bit less money than it would normally cost. Not because I'm cheap, well I am a little bit, but we're going to save money and have a very good time. I know Peter from a summer camp in Florida 35 years ago. I used to be his roommate in Texas for about a year. I went there and I showed up for how long? A weekend? I was supposed to stay.
I'll stop in for the weekend, and he stayed more than a year.
Yep. Peter is a magician, and if you're lucky, you'll see some magic tricks as this video goes on. Now, first thing is I've chose the coach station over the train station because the trains have been on strike, and because this video is about saving a little bit of money, usually coach tickets are about £10 cheaper, okay, and if you have a card, which I do, a veterans card, then it's even like a little bit even more cheaper. So okay, it's day one of the adventure and we're at Victoria coach station. I'm glad we got the tickets yesterday because it looks like it's going to be a full bus. Luckily it's only an hour and 20 minutes away, and hopefully we have a bit of good luck. I'm wearing Paddy's pub t-shirt that you got me years ago, and hopefully that brings me a bit of luck and we have luck in Portugal. Actually not so full. The queues must have been for other destinations. So £9 a single journey to Luton Airport, not too bad. So we're on the way to Luton Airport and we're just going by Hyde Park, and today happens to be 4:20, so it's pretty busy in the park with lots of 420 lovers and police alike, and I guess let and let live. Everybody's having a good time, I imagine. So I've just passed security, and usually the first thing I do after security is I hit the duty free. Whether I'm entering the country or exiting the country, you can't beat the prices. Now, I don't know if you are for Brexit or against Brexit, but one good thing about leaving the EU is we now get cheaper booze, and that is not a bad thing. Okay, so after leaving duty free, the next thing I do is I hit the airport lounge. You cannot beat an airport lounge. Eating and drinking for a set price for quite a few hours is definitely a good idea, as opposed to going to Wetherspoons and spending £25–30 on a burger, chips and a pint. Okay, so how I get a deal with the airport lounges is I have travel insurance, and I have it with Barclays Bank, and they give me 6 free airport lounges a year. Any additional is only £18.50, so that's not a bad deal. However, the airport lounge I use normally is under refurbishment in Luton Airport, so they got the #1 lounge and they only charge £25, which is still a very good deal. However, my friend Pete, who I'm with, is pretty full, and we're going to be eating a good dinner tonight, so I'm going to skip on that, and instead I'm probably going to get a Boots meal and use my points that I've saved, so my meal still won't even cost me anything. Anyway, gotta have travel insurance and you gotta have an airport lounge, so they both work hand in hand together. So lucky me, I have a Pret a Manger subscription, and for £30 a month I can get 5 free coffees a day, cappuccinos or whatever. And they happen to have a Pret a Manger's in Luton Airport. They actually have 2. So I'm going to help myself to a coffee now at no additional charge. So as well as having my coffee, I can fill my water bottle up as well for free here at Pret a Manger. So I got my coffee and I got my water, it's all filled up, and now it's time to get myself a meal deal. I can get a sandwich, some crisps or some chips from our American friends, and any drink that's included in the meal deal. And it's $4.99, so it's not bad. And again, I much prefer airport lounges, but we're doing this trip on a budget, kind of, and it's still not a bad deal. Better for my waistline as well, because I definitely overeat and overdrink in the airport lounges. So I got my filtered bottles of water, I got my coffee, and I've got a sandwich, crisps, and Coca-Cola. And I still have not spent a penny apart from the duty-free vodka, which was only £13. Now, if I was a really naughty boy, I would probably go to the toilet and I'd put some of that vodka in my Coca-Cola bottle. But I'm not going to do that because that would be naughty and against the law probably, or maybe not against the law, but against the airport rules or the airline rules, something like that. So I'm going to stick with the rules and be good and just wait another hour for my flight.
Straight ahead over Stevenage, before Stevenage, and we'll turn right down towards
So,
the southwest towards Southampton.
I got on the plane last and I managed to snag 3 seats to myself. That's a little trick, but don't tell everybody.
Where at the moment, showers passing through.
So, part of the descent into Portugal, just looking at our beautiful planet and how lucky we all are to be alive today and witness these amazing things. So we have arrived in Portugal and we are going to our accommodation. I think it is up here because I was once here a few years ago. And if I remember right, we go through this souvenir shop. Hello, amigo.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, good.
I'm doing a YouTube thing. Do my friends get a discount if I tell them
sure.
about this place?
Yeah.
How much you give them? 10%? 10% discount?
No, more.
How much?
20%.
What's the name of this? What's the name of this? What's the name of this souvenir shop again?
Souvenir shop?
The name of this souvenir shop.
Oh, yeah, Restaurados Tabacaria.
Say it in Portuguese and English.
Tabacaria Souvenir.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. And this is where we are staying. So we are in budget accommodation, but it's not actually that bad. There's only 4 beds to the room. And it comes with breakfast, lunch and dinner. I'll let you know the price of it all later on in the video. And this is our glorious nighttime accommodation. But I've got to say goodbye because we're about to go on a pub crawl with people half our age. See if we can keep up. So, we are all going on a pub crawl. My friend Pete is going to go on a pub crawl. And the last time crawl that I remember was in Tallahassee years ago when they did Bladder Bus. And it was 5 cents a beer. And they had that until the first person went to the toilet. Don't think it's that cheap tonight. But that was the last time he went on a pub crawl with me. So we are on our way to our first bar. So we're on the pub crawl, and before we've even spent any money, we're getting 3 shots down the mouth. And I did say that Pete is going to do some magic tricks.
No, I'm not that
And
good.
here he is,
You could have made 10 euros, man.
in the middle of a pub crawl,
Okay, I'll show you in New York.
entertaining the youngsters.
In New York, I bump into. I take the 10 of diamonds, I bump, I take the other card out, like on the subway, like on the tube, right? Yes? That's how we do it. So tell me if you feel this. Tell me if you feel this. Did you feel that? Yeah. Okay, well, we're not on a tube, that's why. Okay, but here's my question. Without looking. Top or bottom? Without looking. It should be the top. It should be. It should be the what? The top or the bottom? It should be the top. Yes. Take the hand, the top. Maybe the bottom. Yeah, but two of them. You saw one. No, two. What? Two. Here we go, two, right?
And he put it in his pocket.
Yeah.
This motherfucker.
You check your wallet. What are the bottles? I got a lot of two of them.
Well, hey, you go, Pete.
Enjoy. Have a great rest of the evening. Oh, hey, say stop. Say stop. Stop? Yeah. That's the only part. Make it.
So this is day 2 of my little adventure. The sun is shining and everybody is out early on a Sunday morning. I think possibly, what do you think's happening? The marathon or something?
Yeah, it looks like a marathon. Yeah, and they're wearing numbers.
Yeah.
That's a marathon, but it's like a
Yeah, exactly. I think it's something like this. It looks like this.
I mean, they're all wearing the same matching pink shirts and matching pink bags.
Time for some breakfast. So the place I'm staying in, the hostel, is called Good Morning Hostel, and it's about roughly £35 a night, and that comes with breakfast, and it's a really good breakfast. I've stayed in this hostel before. The reason why I chose a hostel is not really necessarily to save money, okay? It is because I just love being with people. I love the atmosphere sometimes, and I love the pub crawls. You find out information, where to go, what to do. It makes you more of a savvy traveller. So, about £30 a night, £35 a night. For an extra £15, you can have lunch and dinner included as well. And it's got an open bar, just beer and sangria, for 5 hours in the evening, from 5:30 to 10:30, all you can drink. That's insane, because yesterday I went out on the pub crawl and I was in the tourist destination and I bought 2 beers and that was 10 euros right there, just for 2 beers. So it's just insane, I think. Now, if you're wondering what all these ladies in pink are doing, they have just come back from a 5k breast cancer walk, you know, and well done to them. You know, cancer sucks, we're all in this together, we all got to do our bit to try and fight it. So, I'm going to go for a run, and I'm going to take in some of the sights, and then I'm coming back for my lunch. So I've been jogging for the last 15 minutes, just trying to get my cholesterol down, and I've got a bit of good news. My cholesterol has gone down a bit since I went to the doctor the other day, and since the previous time I went to see a doctor, which was about 5 months ago. So I jogged up this gentle slope, and here's a little treat for you, because I have never seen this before, but this is another hidden gem of Lisbon, Portugal. Look how beautiful this is. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. That is stunning. I didn't know that Lisbon had that. So it just goes to show. and it's got these beautiful gardens. So if you're a walker, a jogger, or a bicycler, or just like to go somewhere in car, you're in for a treat. There's so many beautiful areas of Lisbon, and I was here for 5 days just over a year and a half ago, and I never noticed this. This is gorgeous. So excuse me, it's going to be a little bit bumpy, but I'm going to jog down a bit. Absolutely gorgeous. Isn't that really nice? Just a little bit more of a close-up. You can see like the sea in the background. I'm sure I'll be getting closer to that today. I do love the riverfront in Lisbon. So here is a famous streetcar that takes you up a hill, and it's 350 euros if you buy it from the machine, and 4 euros if you get it inside the car. Alternatively, you could be like me and walk, or I'm going to attempt to run up that hill. Not long to go. I will get there. So, this beautiful bridge in front of me, I first saw in 1988 when I was interrailing around Europe. I had barely seen any of the world. I had just turned 19 years old, and at the time it was the biggest bridge I've ever seen. Now, I could be slightly wrong on these facts, but the bridge's name was Bridge Sousa, and it was after a previous leader. But they had a revolution. Some people call him a dictator. They had a revolution, they overthrew him, and now it's called the April the 25th Bridge. And that's just in a couple of days, so supposedly there's a big party, and I won't be here. I'm gutted about that. Totally gutted. You know, and I guess maybe that's where the Christ the Redeemer, a little miniature Christ the Redeemer, I have no idea what that's called, is in the background. But April the 25th Bridge, a beautiful bridge, very special to me. I didn't even know the name of it when I first saw it all those years back. Anyway, I'm almost done with my run and I need a beer. So before I get the beer, I'll just point out that one thing that you see in Portugal is a lot of graffiti. And it's not like graffiti on the New York subway or in the London Underground or anywhere in the world for that matter. It's not really the same scale of vandalism. It's a bit of art, if you know what I mean. I mean, Lisbon is a city for artists. You know, it's a very liberal city. It's about love, peace, free will. The crime rate is pretty low. However, there are a lot of dodgy people trying to sell you drugs in the night time, but you just got to stay away from them. But they're not Portuguese natives. I'm not going to speculate on where they come from. That's beside the point. But just want to let you know that there is a lot of love and peace here. Well, this place looks open. After that long run, I think I'm going to get myself a beer. Some more beautiful sights in Lisbon. So it's lunchtime. Hopefully they've saved me a little bit of lunch, because that little detour to the pub has made me a little later than I thought I'd be. And as I walk up the stairs, I'm burning more calories. Gotta love that. Oh. Hello. Have I got any lunch? Oh, not too bad. How are you? Not too bad. Yep, my name is Steve. You've got to reserve your place here. And it's lunch with a bit of a view. Obrigado. Brilliant. So I got some sort of toasty thing with avocado and eggs and rocket, with an orange juice and pancakes, blueberries, bananas and strawberries for dessert. And if I'm still hungry after that, I'm allowed seconds. No, that is just absolutely amazing. Obrigado. So it's 6 o'clock. The sun is shining. I think I'm going to get myself a sangria from my accommodation. The all-inclusive has started for 5 hours. It started at 5:30. I'm going to ask if I can take it to go, or I might just take it to go. I have to go to the hospital. It's a long story, and I'll explain later. Hello, can I get a sangria, please?
Restaurant from Nepal's Kathmandu restaurant and beer bar. If you want to have Asian food from Nepalese food, Indian food and Chinese food, so this is the best place in the Lisbon city in the Portugal. So delicious food from Nepal, guys. Thank you very much.
So we're on, thank you, I appreciate that. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank you, sir. See you again.
See ya. So we're on our way. We're on our way to the hospital, and we've cut through the immigrant area. And here's a little tip. Where do the immigrants get their haircuts? Where do they eat? Where do they go to the supermarket? If you want to save a little bit of money, just go where they go. So I'm now at my first ever Portuguese hospital, and luckily it's not bad news for me. Nothing bad. It is nice though, isn't it? Very nice statues. Aussie Dave, how are you? So I just went to visit my friend Dave, or Aussie Dave. I know him from London from years ago. That's another long story. He lives here in Lisbon. He was going to show me around this weekend. He's already done that before though. And I think, God, so last weekend I was in Moldova, and the guy I had as a tour guide there, his accommodation flooded, and I had to go to Transnistria by myself. And my mate David, on Friday night, he fell off a bike and broke his arm. So he's in a Portuguese hospital right now in Lisbon, and he's about to tuck into his dinner, so I just said goodbye to him. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to say hello to him. He's a friend. It wasn't me that needed the hospital, but I do wish him the best of luck, and maybe I'll come by tomorrow to give him some fast food or whatever he needs. I'm not filming. So I'm back in the hostel, and they got a stroller, and last time they did not have a stroller, and it's served by this lovely lady. Obrigado. So my evening grub is chicken alfredo risotto, washed down with a beer, and I'll probably have a few more sangrias afterwards. So it's Sunday night, and I'm in a bar called Cheers. It's an Irish bar, and they got karaoke. They're not the greatest singers in the world, but I've heard worse. So, you know, something to go. have a little bit of fun and meet other expats. So it's my final day in Lisbon. Not sure what I'm going to do today. We've got a flight in the evening, so just going to try and make the day count. So right in front of me is one of the main tourist squares by the tube station and train station. Now behind me is where the migrants hang out, and this is where a lot of them do their shopping. This is where they go to eat in restaurants. This is where they go to get their haircuts. And as I turn the corner and go up a hill, you will find more migrant places. I once come here a few years ago and I got my hair cut. And the guy did a really good job, and it hardly cost me anything. So going up the hill, you get a nice leg and bum workout, and you'll come across a few restaurants. All these restaurants is where the locals eat. And it's just so much cheaper. The price is unbelievable. And even if you don't want to eat here, it's just worth checking out. I'm sure there's a really good view at the top. Look at that, €5 for a haircut, and it'll even make you look like the guy on the picture. That's guaranteed or your money back. So I've reached the top of the stairs, and there wasn't like the view from the top of a hill what I was expecting to see, but there is this lovely little area. Wow, there's even a cock in the park, or a rooster. Hello. Well, I tell you what, I wasn't expecting to see this. I had no idea. And they're pretty, these roosters seem pretty tame, to be honest. I know on my grandmother's farm in Ireland, they would attack you. Okay, so on this trip, it's been a really budget-friendly trip, and it's for people trying to save the maximum amount of money. But I know that's not to everybody's taste. So here's another tip. If you don't want to stay in a hostel, and I don't blame you, it's not for everybody, then I would recommend maybe the Ibis Hotel. Or if you join a scheme it's called ACCOR, ACCOR. They are the owners of Ibis, Mercur, Novotel, and a whole bunch more. Okay, and by joining them, you get it's free to join, free for anybody to join. You get a slight discount as opposed to booking it on booking.com, and you also earn points to where you can get a free hotel in the future. Now, I happen to be a gold member of ACCOR, and to be a gold member, you have to stay in a hotel 30 times within a 12-month calendar. So I don't slum it all the time. All right. Now, what that entitles me to is I get my hotels at a slightly cheaper rate than most members of the public get. I get perhaps like a fruit basket in my room or some chocolate. It depends where I am. And I get a welcome drink. And if you're really nice to the people, they'll give you 2 welcome drinks. They'll give you one for your guest if you got one. But the most important thing, this is why I love ACCOR, okay? It's because, and being a gold member, is I get 5 o'clock checkout the next day if I want it for absolutely free. So if you've been on a night out with the lads and you've had too much to drink and you're just stumbling in at 5 o'clock, I'm telling you, it's really nice when you don't have to pack your stuff, pack your bags early and get out of there. It's nice to sleep it in. Anyway, that's a little tip for hotels. And Lisbon has plenty of Ibis hotels in it. So, I'm back in the hospital. Got to say goodbye to my friend Dave. And he's looking a lot more chirpy today than he did yesterday. Yesterday he was looking really, really bad.
I looked rat shit.
Yeah. So a little introduction, Dave. How do we know each other?
So we met, I was in London in 2007 with my friend McBain, and we basically had no money, so we just had to go and stay in like the worst hostel in London.
No, he always says it's the worst hostel. I'm going to say it was the second worst hostel, because I upgraded out of the worst hostel in London to the one where I met you.
Yeah, of course. So you went, was it the West 2, was it?
I can't remember,
I think,
but
yeah, it was the
let's not even.
The West
Not
2
even,
to
let's
the
not even
Holiday
like
House Hotel.
think about it. Well, even if it exists, oh my god! I hope that place don't exist. But anyway, David. So I've been walking around a migrant area and trying to like blog it a little bit and talk about where people can eat cheaply and drink cheaply.
Sure,
Well, you know the area better. Can you? Have you got any advice?
Yeah, sure. So maybe there's like around Intent Den or something. So there's some good restaurants on Rua Ben Formoso. It's very, very sort of multicultural. So yeah, Rua Ben Formoso is good. And apart from that, through Anjos is really nice. There's lots of nice little restaurants. There's a good Lebanese place. Sorry, it's Lebanese called Beirut. But I think it's spelled Beyrout. Lots of good places. There's another. That's on Rua dos Anjos, and there's some good restaurants around there. It's a nice little area. They kind of pop up, very reasonable, kind of crowd. So there's a few bars around if you need to pop out, but you're not too far from the city. So yeah.
And a good way to get around the city is like to ride a bike, I would say, right?
Yeah, it is exactly. You have to be careful though, because if you press the brakes on the wrong line, you could go A over T, as we say, or A over the.
Just make
handlebars.
sure the brakes are working. But what about for
too well.
what about for using the subway? Do you have any like tips or advice? Is there any like day passes or anything, or you know?
I think, well, I mean, don't get like the Lisbon day pass, because it's just like, it's the same in all cities. Like they kind of charge it's a tourist trap basically. So just kind of get the zapping card, and that'll do the trick. But the bus is actually pretty good as well. The bus is slow, but it's a good way to see the city. Because I mean, it's a beautiful city. There's lots of different nooks and crannies, so it's good to get around and see all the different parts of the bus. So you get to do all the twists and turns and stuff. Saves you climbing the hills anyway. So.
Well, thank you very much, David. You are a fountain of knowledge, and I wish you a speedy recovery. And I'll either see you again in Portugal, the UK, or maybe in Australia.
Could be down under, mate. So
Could be, you know.
Yeah. All right, nice.
Oh, so how do you say goodbye in Portuguese or?
Adeus e boa espera. Oh, boa sorte. Good luck.
And I agree. Goodbye, Lisbon. So, just outside the hostel is a 744 bus. Hello, Mr. Bus Driver.
Hello.
How long does it take to get to the airport?
40 minutes more or less.
40 minutes?
Yeah.
And how much does it cost, please?
€2.10.
Wow, that is a really good deal. And you pay cash or card or?
Only cash, yeah.
Oh, okay, great. I'll see you in a little bit. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Obrigado.
You enjoy Lisbon.
So it's the day after. I'm back in London. And I totally recommend Lisbon. If you've never been there before, you definitely have to put it on your bucket list. And it's the 23rd of April. And on the 23rd of April, England's most famous playwright, poet, writer, actor, was born. And he also died on this day. And a quote from one of his plays, Henry V, it's about the Battle of Agincourt, when the English defeated the French in overwhelming odds. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers, and he who sheds his blood with me today shall be my brother. Happy St. George's Day. I'm not asking you to shed your blood, but please give me a like and a thumbs up. And I'll see you on the next journey.